Hi everyone, I'm Mark Leeming from the 1 Minute Preacher. I do hope your Thursday morning is going well, especially with everything that's going on. I must confess that I'm a bit hesitant on doing this video because I do tend to shy away from doing videos on current events. The reason for that is, well, when you watch the social media gurus, they all say that if you want to get more subscribers, if you want your videos to go viral, then you should be doing videos on current events. And so in the past, I have a couple of times, there's been certain situations in the church, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do a video on that. And I get the script ready, and I'm just about to press a button to record, but then I get a check in my spirit, and I really start questioning, well, why am I doing the video? Am I really doing it for the benefit of others, or am I basically exploiting a bad situation? And so obviously I'm questioning. I've had questions, should I be doing this video? Am I just exploiting this tragic situation? Now obviously, since you're watching this, I feel as though I've got that inner green light to go ahead. I do think that this is appropriate, because my concern is possibly for some Christians whose faith might get shattered by everything that's going on with the coronavirus, especially the worst case scenario. Because the coronavirus is so infectious, and because the elderly are the most vulnerable, and because the church it has a lot of old people in it, that their worst case scenario, there might be a chance that you will know someone, or I will know someone who may die from this deadly virus. And what will that do to your faith? Will that affect your trust in God? Because unfortunately, there seems to be this attitude that many Christians have, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that, well, bad things shouldn't happen to good Christians. Not to those especially who are really good, who are really spiritual, who have faithfully served the Lord all of their lives. They know their Bibles well. They have faithfully served in church. Good things or bad things shouldn't happen to good Christians. And yet, that does happen. Happens more often than we think. And, well, Christians do get sick. And we only have to look at the New Testament. There's 3 examples that I can think of. One is in Philippians, where Paul tells the Philippians of Epaphroditus, someone who was one of his workers, became severely ill and almost died. And then in his second letter to Timothy, he mentions a man by the name of Trophimus that Paul had to leave behind in the city of Miletus because of a severe illness. And obviously in the ancient world, when someone is mentioned as being ill, it's much more than just a head cold. Trophimus, if he were living in our time, he would have been hospitalized. And then, of course, there's Galatians chapter 4, I believe, where Paul speaks to the Galatians about of his own illness, of how he became severely ill, and that's why he stayed in the region. That's why he even planted the churches. He can't keep a good man down. So there were 3 examples of very prominent Christians in the New Testament church who got severely ill. So why should we not expect that to happen in our own time? And then I'm also concerned with the economic fallout. Now let me stress, I'm not an economist. I don't know a lot about money, but wow, things are shutting down. I guess I'm going to find out tomorrow whether I'm going to be laid off. And here in Canada and in the US, things are shutting down. Businesses are shutting down. And with the Western economies already on the I would say, the brink of bankruptcy. And like here in Canada, the government's promising billions and billions of dollars, and where's all that going to come from? How's that going to play out? I mean, maybe things will turn out fine. Don't get me wrong. I hope things turn out fine. I hope this virus, they can get it under control. Not many people will die from it, and economically we will pull through this. A good chance. I'm not a prophet, okay? But what if? Where's your faith in God? I guess that's what I'm trying to say in all this. Are you going to trust God in the bad times just as much as you trusted God in the good times? And I'm reminded of one of my favorite passages in the Old Testament out of the book of Habakkuk, where Habakkuk said, "Though the fig tree does not bud and there are no grapes on the vines, though the olive crop fails and the fields produce no food, though there are no sheep in the pen and no cattle in the stalls, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in God my Savior." Habakkuk, he was willing to love God. He was willing to trust God in the bad times just as much as he did in the good times. And what about you? Where's your faith in God? Again, let me stress, I'm no prophet. I hope things turn out just fine. We'll pull through this. But whether in good times or bad times, trust God. He is faithful. Thanks so much.